What's up, everybody? Welcome to IGN Game Scoop. I'm your host, Damon Hadfield. Joining me this week is Vince Ingenito,
Scoop,
Sam Claiborne,
Scoopies,
and Ryan McCaffrey.
This chair's weird.
Well, yeah.
Everything's weird.
Believe me, I know it's weird to not sit in the host seat.
Bring back the couches, people keep saying.
Yeah. Well, we're going to have a change of scenery, hopefully sometime very, very soon. So
Upside down?
Stay tuned for that.
Upside
We're
down.
going to the upside down. We're going to the upside down. We've got a great show for this week. We're going to talk about the most iconic video games set in each state. We're going to talk about Xbox Scorpio and Horizon Zero Dawn. But first, I want to tell you guys about something very cool IGN is doing on Monday, February 27th. We're partnering with the Video Game History Foundation to do a 5-hour live stream where we're going to be playing and showing off a bunch of rare and canceled games.
Awesome. This is a new organization from Frank Cifaldi and Steve Lynn, game collectors and preservationists. They have both single-handed, well, they're two people, but they've both been responsible.
Double-handedly.
Yes, they've been responsible for preserving games that just nobody's ever seen or existed, making those available to people so they can be studied.
It's great.
And then also just rare games that, how do we preserve these games? We talk about this on Game Scoop a lot.
Exactly.
And we're doing 5 hours of streaming with them and the rare games to celebrate and the launch of this new organization.
Yeah,
So rare games like Cameo and Jet Force Gemini.
No, rarer than
rarer than that. Think more like Thrill Kill, like that level of rarity.
Trying to think of a canceled actual rareware game, but I can't think of one. There's a canceled Capcom game, California Raisins for NES.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Oh my God. It didn't make it to market?
No, and there's even a Corn Castle.
Missed its 15 minutes. But this is all coming to you this coming Monday, February 27th, starting at 12 noon Pacific. We'll be going for 5 hours, so plan
Special guests, too.
Special guests, including former Game Scoopers. I think we can say Jared Petty.
Yeah, we can.
It's going to be returning to IGN for the stream. So that's all coming this Monday. Tune into that. Now let's get into this week's topics. I've got here, I've rounded up a list of the most iconic video games set in every state. Some of them may surprise you. And every has an asterisk on it. Because first of all, we're only doing games that are actually set in one state. We're not doing road trip games that drive to a bunch, or globetrotting games like Splinter Cell, where your one mission is in.
Or games that take place right on four corners.
Yeah, those don't count either. Yeah,
It'd be really confusing.
And I think also you mean by states, you mean in the United States of America.
In the United States.
How are we going to handle Kansas City, Kansas, and Kansas City, Missouri?
No game takes place in Kansas City, Kansas.
Oh, mark your words.
I want to get the rules out of the way. This is we play a lot of games in Game Scoop.
That's true.
Almost guaranteed in the comments, the first thing we're going to see is a game that was set in Kansas City.
Well, I said Kansas City, Kansas. You find me a game set in Kansas City, Kansas.
Oh, it's gonna.
Yeah.
You were supposed to do that.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see what it is.
The asterisk is also because I could not actually find a game in every state, including states like Alabama. But
Yo-Noid takes place there.
I don't. That's not.
What about Redneck Rampage? Those old school
See,
90s.
I remember Redneck Rampage.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's clear, and it also might take. So, for instance,
the real Noid tormented people in Alabama. We know that.
For instance,
I presume the game took place.
Left 4 Dead travels through different states. It's not just one state, so I didn't include that. But for example, here,
That is in multiple
Okay.
states? Okay. Let's do this.
we're going through the states alphabetically, starting with Alaska. I don't.
Fallout DLC.
Oh yeah, Anchorage, Operation Anchorage.
Oh, sure. I mean, I was trying to think of full games, but
Okay.
sure. But sure, that counts.
All right, I'll leave.
That's actually a better. That's actually a better example than the one I found. Cabela's Alaskan Adventures.
Well, I love Cabela's.
Cabela's
It's really
Alaskan
fun to go to
Adventures was the
Cabela's.
only.
You know,
game.
That's a Midwest
you
Bass
goof
Pro
on
Shop
those,
type
but
thing.
those games sold millions
Oh my
of copies in the 90s and 2000s.
Unbelievable. As a
Come with,
GameStop
a
employee,
gun or something?
No, just
It's
just an orange box with a big scope target on it.
Yeah.
I could never tell one
Big
from
Buck
the next.
Hunter.
There were so many of them. One for every kind of game you could
I
possibly hunt.
worked at Staples in college in
I was
the
GameStop.
computer department.
Yeah.
And we had both productivity software and some games. There was and without fail that the 2 copies of Cabela's we would get would sell almost every week. People came in and buy those things, man.
Staples sold games?
Yeah, a few.
What?
A few. Not
That
a ton.
makes it so much more fun.
Yeah. I would usually just
It was a
hang
different
out and
time.
read the back of the game boxes.
What about
stuff.
a game set in Arizona?
I mostly grew up in Arizona.
Looking
so
to
this
both,
is,
Roadrunner's Death
Simon-
Valley Rally, Super Nintendo, 1992.
I don't know if that's really Arizona.
Oh, yeah, that's California,
man.
of course. Death
However,
Valley.
Alan Wake's American Nightmare does take place in Arizona.
it does?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Set in
And I
Arizona.
played that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're a big Alan Wake fan.
Alan Wake's American
We were just
Nightmare.
What about
about that.
Canyon Bomber? Maybe that's the Grand Canyon.
Now, are all your answers going to be jokes, Sam? Is
What
that
about
how this is gonna
Tubin?
go?
Tubin is a long river, and I'm pretty
Salt
sure
River?
it's the Colorado.
What if it's the
Maybe
Nile?
Salt River, yeah.
Remember
Now,
that flood?
California, there's obviously a bunch of games.
Cruising
set in
USA.
California games.
California. Is Cruising USA just in California?
But yeah, I think not Cruising USA. No, I said no. I'm sorry. Outrun. Outrun
is
is you're
only-
going up and down
Yeah.
the coast of.
San Francisco Rush.
I was
the
gonna
Rock.
say San Francisco Rush for sure.
And then
Watch Dogs
Yeah.
too.
Watch Dogs 2.
Yeah, California games.
California games.
San Andreas.
Yes, GTA San Andreas. Dead
Maybe.
Rising 3.
Do they make up the state name in GTA also, or just the city name?
No, it's San Andreas is the state.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, Los Santos is
Yeah.
L.A. and then San Fierro is.
So Dead Rising 3. Lollipop Chainsaw is a fictional city in California. LA Noire, obviously.
Of course.
Right.
And Driver SF.
True Crime
Driver,
LA.
San Francisco.
True Crime Streets of L.A.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about True Crime LA. Yeah.
Everyone did. That stupid dragon that shows up in the 2/3 of the way through the game for no reason.
And then Sleeping Dogs. Rip.
Uh,
Which is not set there, but
Yeah.
it was like the sequel, the spiritual successor to True Crime.
that's true. Yeah. Colorado. Any games set in Colorado?
Let's see.
Okay, Sam.
Should I talk about the one?
Dead Risings 1 and 4
Oh, of course.
are both set in
Well,
Colorado.
Well, I mean,
And,
we're all playing a game that's set in Colorado right now.
it's not set in Colorado.
Yes, it is.
And spoilers.
Outlast is also set in Colorado.
Sam, I am so angry at you right now because I am not part of everyone.
Resident Evil's been out for a few weeks now.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant
Resident
something
Evil's not
else.
set in Colorado.
That's not what
Okay,
we're talking about.
okay.
What about Florida? Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
Of course. And then,
Right.
well, no, because Mafia 3 isn't Florida. It's all
Cobra
Louisiana,
Triangle.
right?
Yeah.
There's not.
Hotline Miami, obviously.
Right.
Awesome.
Solid.
Got one game series
Sequel
for
Hotline Tampa.
Georgia is home to The Walking Dead, Telltale series. Indiana,
Right.
Indiana is a trick question. There is a lot of games.
There's got to be
there
an
a
indie
Hoosiers?
racing game.
Every Formula One game is set in Indiana.
That's really good. That's super clever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Indianapolis 5. What was the first one, though?
Which was the first,
wonder what the first Indianapolis
Formula
game
One
was.
racing game? I don't know. Louisiana, you mentioned Mafia 3
3,
is
yeah.
in there. But Sam, what game famously takes place in Louisiana?
The Adventures of Bayou Billy.
That's exactly correct. Voodoo Vince also is in Louisiana.
Yep.
What is that?
We
That's
skipped.
an
We skipped
awesome,
what?
that's an awesome Xbox platformer. That's
Skip in
getting
Iowa?
remastered.
No, nothing in Iowa, huh? We're going alphabetically.
Yeah, no, nothing I can think of in Iowa. The original Alone in the Dark takes place in Louisiana.
cool.
House of the Dead Overkill, and of course Resident Evil 7
Guide for that. Oh, boy.
in Louisiana. Massachusetts,
Fallout.
Fallout 4 is in Massachusetts. Nevada, Sam, would you believe Casino Kid
Duke
takes place there?
Duke Nukem Forever.
Yes, Duke
Vegas.
Nukem Forever. Die Hard Trilogy 2, Viva Las Vegas, Fallout New Vegas.
I thought of another California one. Disney's Adventures in the Magic.
Yeah, that actually does count.
What about Connect, the Disneyland Connect game
That
as
was
well?
really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than the technology.
Created
being-
Disneyland.
Yeah.
Sam, would you believe Leisure Suit Larry
Where's that?
takes place in Las Vegas?
Oh, of
Yeah,
course.
of course, obviously. That makes sense.
Rainbow Six Vegas 1 and 2. The original Wasteland is set in the Nevada era, and Dead Rising 2.
And then Fallout New Vegas is also in California.
Yeah, but Vegas is right there in the title. So, New Mexico, very famous game takes place in New Mexico.
Area 51.
Well, yeah,
Well done. Well done.
Area 51.
No, wait. Roswell's in New Mexico.
Oh, you're right. My bad.
Area
I'm
51.
crossing. That's Nevada.
Is it
I'm
Nevada?
Okay, well, I
crossing
guess
up
we
my.
can throw that into Nevada, but I was going to say
Alien game.
That was great, though.
Half-Life. I believe Black Mesa facility is set in New Mexico.
I believe
Maybe like
you are
Destroy All
correct.
Humans. Well, there's clearly an Independence Day game that probably takes place partially in Roswell.
Yeah, that's got to be correct. New York, the state of New
where do
York,
you start?
which includes New York City.
GTA 3, GTA 4,
Yep. Every Ninja Turtles game.
True Crime, the sequel, the New York one. Going back on that train.
Every Ghostbusters game.
yeah, that's
and then prototype.
Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, the Spider-Man game.
Great game.
And of course,
Wait, what was that, Sean? The Division.
Division,
It's also set in
yes.
New York.
right?
Yeah,
We said iconic.
yeah.
Sorry.
Prototype 1 and 2 are both set in New York. GTA 4 and Chinatown Wars.
And let's
is
not
also
forget
in
the
New York.
upcoming Switch Mario game.
New Donk City.
New Donk City.
Parasite
They
Eve.
couldn't get the rights to New York City.
Parasite Eve, that PlayStation 1 era
Oh, I
Square
love
Enix
that game.
RPG.
Yep.
And Sam,
series.
Yeah.
you joked earlier, but Yonoid is set in New York City.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
That makes a lot of sense because New York is the pizza capital of the world, and the Noid is obviously
I'm
what
just
happens
saying,
when your pizza
in real
crust
life,
bubbles up
when the
and it
Noid
bubbles
appeared to annoy people, it was all in Alabama.
I don't know. I feel like
It's not.
I feel like the people who would care the most about bubbles in your pizza would be New Yorkers. I mean,
There are two.
Where did Alf take place?
Alf? I actually don't know. Where,
I think that's
the TV
What about
show.
Harry and the Hendersons?
That's Seattle area, right?
It's got to be in the
Northwest.
Pacific
But I don't think there was a video game of Harry and the Hendersons, was there?
Not yet.
that's a crime.
Tragically.
You should make one.
Two
I'd like to announce a video game.
two well-known indie games take place in Oregon.
Gone Home.
Gone Home and Life is Strange is also set in
Really?
Oregon.
Okay.
And then
Also, The Goonies.
The Goonies.
Yes.
Is set in Oregon. And then Washington is home to
Alan Wake.
Alan Wake, the original Alan Wake. Infamous Second Son.
Yes.
Set there. Deadlight. Remember that XBLA game? Deadlight.
I love
the
that game.
2D zombie game.
Yep.
Deadly Premonition is set in Washington. And
Is Sunset Overdrive a fake city?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Very, very fake city. And Shadow Complex.
Oh, really? That's Washington.
What?
Did not remember that.
Still waiting for my Shadow Complex too. I'm thinking E3 this year it gets announced because I had Donald Mustard in here like I don't know what months ago. It feels like 10 years ago, but
Colonel Mustard?
Colonel
no,
Mustard.
come on, you know who we're talking about.
I do.
Yeah, he didn't shy away from it, didn't confirm anything, but I'm waiting.
I mean, we know
Guaranteed.
that there was a plan for that game, and they had it all mapped out. So
Absolutely.
to make it. Two more one for Wisconsin is The Vanishing of Ethan Carter. That game takes place there. And finally for Wyoming
Firewatch.
is Firewatch.
Well done.
There you have it.
Ryan
What
was
about
waiting
the
for
Z
that
states?
Yeah. We'll have to wait and see how everything goes with Trump.
No Hawaii in there, huh? Or,
I couldn't find like a game that was
too
set.
bad.
exclusively in- There's Pokemon Sun and Moon where they're sort of based on Hawaii.
Totally.
So
And Hudson's Adventure Island.
that's Hawaii.
great music
Yeah,
in that
it's the
game.
9 dinosaur islands of Hawaii.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I don't know if I'm more impressed with
Blizzard
your guys'
the
like
Frozen
geographical knowledge or your remembrance of obscure '90s era games that were vaguely placed in different places across America.
That's Sam's main
all I think about.
superhuman ability. That's his mutant power. One of our listeners has a theory on Xbox Scorpio's release window.
Okay.
He's got an idea here. So our friend Tahoe emailed us at gamescoop@ign.com, just like you can.
What's up, Tahoe?
And he says, Tahoe's a pretty cool name for a person. I recently heard Larry Herb say on his podcast that the Scorpio would come out later this year in an offhanded way. So it got me thinking. I came up with a few predictions about Project Scorpio. I think the Scorpio will officially be revealed at E3 this year. Not a hard prediction. Also, Project Scorpio will become the premium SKU, and the Xbox One S will become the basic SKU, similar to how the Slim PS4 is now the base model. The Scorpio will then be rebranded as simply the Xbox One. Maybe they'll pull Nintendo and call it the new Xbox One, but I doubt it. As such, the vanilla Xbox One will be phased out over the summer. And finally, the Scorpio will be released in the first weekend of November because Scorpio is the zodiac sign that happens in November.
And late
That's pretty
October.
cool. I never
and
thought
late
about
October.
that. That's
Yeah.
a good theory.
Yeah. Also late October though.
So Ryan, you were disagreeing with
Scorpio's also
the
or
branding.
Maybe it's
Yeah, no way is it. They're going to drop the Xbox One name so fast with all the. I mean, there's a major negative connotation that they've spent the last 3 years trying to
You're
shake
saying
off.
one is going to go away.
I mean, not-
the system will have a different name entirely.
The Scorpio will. The Xbox One will still be called the Xbox One, but moving forward here, I think they're going to get away from the Xbox One name. I'd be willing to make a lunch bet on that one. I just don't see it being the Xbox One Plus or the Xbox One, the Super
for
Xbox
listeners,
One.
lunch bets are things we bet on in the office and then never follow through on.
Every now and
That's,
again.
that's
Totally
the
empty.
definition of
I
a
mean,
lunch bet.
this guy,
I'm gonna say I'm the master of that. I'm pretty sure I owe Ryan like 2 or 3 steak dinners. now.
Destiny 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll
Well,
see.
Ryan
They
keeps
haven't
track,
announced the
apparently.
exact. They haven't announced the exact title just yet. So we'll see if there's a 2 in there. I'm still.
I mean, Sam,
fingers crossed.
lunch tastes better when it's free. So I'm going to keep track of these things. But yeah, I don't know what it'll be. I've long held the theory that they'll call it just the Xbox.
Sure.
They'll just go Xbox and have that. It's sort of half nostalgic, but half just kind of like, I mean, Apple did that with the iPad.
Xbox One was already confusing.
Yeah.
Do not look forward to saying the Xbox. I mean, the
Just
newer
the Xbox.
Xbox.
So, yeah.
Not the
new
other
one.
And I think
not one. No, not that one. The new,
Then
just
there'll be-
Xbox.
Then there'll be literally nothing for us to call the original Xbox. There'll be no way for us to
They
acknowledge
should go
it
the
in
Radio
conversation.
Shack method and just go with the box.
what's in the box?
Do you guys remember that movie or the music channel that you'd call into called The Box?
No.
You'd
No.
call a
Only you.
1-800 number and you'd request a video and you'd cost like $4 and then they'd play it.
So it's like an expensive video jukebox.
Yeah, and if they didn't, it was like everybody could watch it, And so if there wasn't videos playing, then it was just a list of all the things you could request. And then all of a sudden one would pop on.
It's a miracle that never survived. I don't know how.
Well, surely the Scorpio name is still just a code name.
Of course.
So that's why I think it would be. I don't think they're like locked into releasing it during the zodiac sign of Scorpio.
Microsoft's, I mean, every
think that's
company,
pretty cool.
every company's very fond of code names. Microsoft
Yeah.
themselves, Windows 98 was codenamed Memphis, as I recall. They used to do cities a lot. But then, Project Natal was the code name for Connect.
Connect, yeah.
So yeah, you got to get those code names going.
Yeah, and I as much as I do love to lose bets to Ryan McCaffrey, I actually would totally agree with you on this. Like, I don't think they're gonna go get so far away from that one name as much as they can. Both not just because of the kind of negative connotation that it's picked up over the first couple of years of the system's life, but also because they're putting such an extraordinary amount of resources into making this system vastly more powerful than the Xbox One or the PS4. So I feel like you don't. It's more or less a new system.
Yeah.
That's like. In fact, there was a report I think earlier this week where one person from Microsoft was basically saying, think of it like an all new console that is basically backwards compatible with your Xbox One.
You mean a PC?
Library. Yeah, more or less. And that's a little out of line with what Microsoft has said in the past. Like, Phil Spencer has been careful to not position it that way, but there's an extraordinary amount of horsepower under the hood for this thing, and they're looking to push things forward in a very big way. I don't see how they want to associate that with a name that already means, like, you don't want a name that means this amount of power to represent something that's supposed to have this amount of power. Like, that's just not going to work out for you.
Correct.
Ryan, do you expect them to really unveil the next Xbox Scorpio at E3, not before?
Yeah, we were talking about this on Unlock this week, and it's honestly, I think it's 50-50. It's Microsoft, the last few years in particular, has a history of saving all their bullets for E3. And this year in particular, they've moved their conference date. They've always been Monday morning, and they moved back to Sunday afternoon, which, we were talking on Unlocked, we feel like is kind of a way for them to own a little more news cycle than just a few hours until EA's and Ubisoft's and then Sony's. But I think part of that might be just they can really get out there they can start E3. I mean, I know EA is going on Saturday, but they can really kick things off with boom, Scorpio. Yeah. It's still possible they might do some sort of softer reveal ahead of E3, which is what they did for Xbox One. They had the event in May that at the time didn't go well, but it's still possible they could do an event ahead of time with the name, some basic details, and then just go hard into games at E3. But my best guess right now is they're going to save it all for Sunday at 2 p.m. Pacific ahead of E3.
Scorpio is a summer constellation. So in the northern hemisphere, we might get it. Also, there's a single red star named Antares in it, which means not Mars.
I think
People
Antares
confuse it for
means
Mars.
not Mars?
Yeah, not Mars. Yes.
Sam has doubled down on staying off topic for the entirety of this show.
No, he brought up the zodiac relation.
Tahoe brought it up.
Yeah,
it's Tahoe's fault.
Damn it, Tahoe.
I'm just helping the conspiracy theorists figure out what this name really means. Also, scorpions are arachnids. They have 8 legs. And it probably has 8 dual cores or something.
Well, it does, because the Xbox One has 8 cores, and it's got the same number of cores.
Yeah, dual cores.
Yeah.
8 dual cores.
Excuse me.
Maybe it has 8 cores.
That's what's powering it?
8 cores lights?
Yes.
The banquet beer.
All right, it's time to share what we've been playing, and I think 3/4 of us have been playing Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
That's correct. I have not been playing Horizon. I I have a copy sitting around somewhere, but someone is off playing it. That's
Someone else
not
is
me.
taking it for a spin.
Yeah. So in the meantime, I've been playing Redacted.
Still playing Redacted.
It's still playing Redacted that I can't talk about.
Why isn't it out in another territory?
No, well, Ryan,
I mean, come on.
No, lots of games are out in other territories.
What? It's
That's not
spoilers. Whatever.
I've been keeping the secret alive on my Twitter for like weeks now. No one still no one has guessed it, and any of the people who've added me about it. So I want to keep it that way. But yeah, I'm a good 50 to 60 hours into that bad boy. So that's
Sounds
still
like a sports game.
still clearly a sports game. Yeah, Football Sim 2017.
Yeah. Madden 18.
Well, for my part, I love Horizon Zero Dawn.
How far are you?
I played a few hours of it last night. So,
That's how much. Okay.
I'm sorry. Do you think that's a lot or a little?
No, I think it's a little because I felt like I didn't get a taste of the game after like 5 or 6 hours yet.
Well, I mean, I know it's a really big game, but like, I just liked it.
I do like
immediately.
The setting
I mean,
and stuff is really cool. I like that part.
You and I both like Tomb Raider, and it's just like a sci-fi Tomb Raider with more RPG elements. Is my first impression of it.
Yeah, I really got stuck in that game.
You're already stuck.
Don't go into the boss areas. No, it's not a spoiler at all. There's boss areas that open up that are like the source of the dinosaurs. They explain in the beginning of the game, and they're like dungeons. And
Wait, there's dinosaurs?
They're called cauldrons. Don't go in them until you're ready. And by ready, I mean buying more weapons than what you start with.
Yeah.
Because I got locked in.
So
one.
you can't leave. You're like stuck in.
I couldn't leave, and everybody's like, just reload your save. So I got really frustrated at this because I didn't have a save that was worth reloading. It was because you can quick save,
Yeah.
Because I was in,
Yeah.
and it was so hard, but I knew I could beat it eventually. I just got really frustrated. It was a really tough boss.
What was your first impression, Ryan?
I'm still in the beginning part. I'm still child Alloy.
Okay.
Really?
Well, I think she was really cute, actually.
Yeah, but it's visually it's great. I like that they're establishing sort of the parental relationship. And everything that people I trust around here have been saying is I can't wait to play more. But I already know it's that situation where no matter how much I end up liking it, I know for a fact that in a week or two's time, I'm gonna set this aside for Zelda.
Sure.
1 week from 2 days from now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Week and a
Also
half.
known as 9 days.
Also, we have publicly shared we have the Switch and Zelda in the office.
Shh, no.
Yeah.
I don't.
I don't either.
But the collective we do.
Yeah, so I'm going to be setting this aside for Zelda, and then I'm almost certainly going to have to set Zelda aside for Mass Effect Andromeda because I'm much more wary of. It's not that I'm necessarily more excited to play Mass Effect than Zelda. They're very equal to me, but I'm much more wary of spoilers in Mass Effect than I am in, like, hey, in Zelda, guess what? He's probably going to defeat Ganon. So, but in Mass Effect,
I don't care about spoilers at all in Zelda.
So I figure I'm going to try and just get a little bit of Horizon in now, hopefully continue to like it and get into it, but I know it's going on the back burner for a while pretty soon.
I'll probably just have to dual lane Horizon and Zelda starting next Friday. I don't know. I mean, because I can tell Horizon's a really big game.
When I try to do that, why you end up preferring one game and just playing that one, not finishing the other one.
But I also got to figure out, Zelda is out next Friday, and of course I want to play it and set up my Switch. But Logan is also out next Friday too, and that's supposed to be amazing. So I got to go see Logan next Friday.
At least you can bring your Switch to the theater.
That's exactly
It's a
true.
real problem. Maybe that requires
It's a
like
real first world problem.
It's like maybe I'll go see Logan at like 10 a.m. so I can get game time in for the rest of the day or something.
Yeah, probably.
I like going to movies first thing in the morning.
On weekends I do.
Yeah, it's
there's no one in there.
But a weekday would probably be irresponsible.
Yeah, probably.
Why isn't Sam at work?
He likes going to the movies in the morning.
He has a meeting
I
with
bet our
Logan.
LA team goes to movies in the morning.
Yeah, that's probably.
They can get away with it.
I also beat Resident Evil 7 finally, and I really really like that game.
Awesome.
That's really good.
So can you tell us about the ending now?
Well, I mean, I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but I can tell you that I liked.
What state does the ending take place in?
It's still in Louisiana.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's one other game that's out that I actually do want to try and find time for. It's only like 3 hours long. Psychonauts and the Rhombus of Ruin
Oh
is
my
out this
gosh.
week for PlayStation VR, and I don't have a PlayStation VR, but I'm very lucky to work in a place where where we do have them.
We both already got the cold going around, so maybe we should just set it up on a TV. Here.
Yeah, we should. So yeah, I do want to dive into that because I
And it's
played.
only a couple hours.
Yeah, it's quick. You can do it in one sitting. And
There was a time in which all I wanted was a Psychonauts sequel.
Well,
Like,
you're
that's, like, my
getting
favorite
that.
game.
That's
I know,
happening.
and now it didn't even occur to me I have to figure out how to play this now.
I didn't realize that was out already. But now it's
Small
cool.
small hint: the game that I'm playing right now is kind of like Psychonauts. Not in terms of genre, but there are some similar through lines there.
Is it Brutal Legend 2?
Yeah.
Nailed it. You got
Brutal
me.
Legend 2, a game that will never be made.
Nope.
They started to, and
Are you serious?
yeah, that was in development.
I didn't know that.
You know, yeah, that was.
Well, they planned that as like a trilogy, didn't they?
I don't know about. I don't think that. Or I'm not sure about that at least,
Yeah.
but I think that because it was while they were making it. I think is when Tim Schafer finally went. We should just actually split the studio into a bunch of smaller teams and do it that way,
We should make stacking, is what he said.
which was a
was
great
a good
idea.
I completely agree with him.
When
Iron Brigade.
yeah,
Frenched.
I retract.
I
Which
prefer
was
its
the first-
original
which-
title.
I can never remember which was its
Yeah.
original title. Yeah.
Yep.
That
It
game
was
was really fun too.
It was like they had the trademark here, but then when they went to put it out in Europe or something,
Yeah.
somebody had it over there and they had to change it. And
It's just like Edge of Tomorrow, Live Another Day, Die Another Day. The movie Edge of Tomorrow is not called.
oh yeah,
Now it's called Live Die Repeat. It's really
Live, die, repeat.
yeah. It was the name that it was
boy.
released as in theaters is not the name it has on DVD and Blu-ray.
weird.
That sounds like the original name of like what the treatment script was
Yeah.
that when it got pitched. Like,
Yeah.
doesn't sound like its final title. Ugh.
Yeah, it does sound like an elevator pitch. Okay, now it's time to play Video Game 20 Questions. And we're doing something a little bit different this week. We're going to do 2 rounds. The first round, I want to try something new. I'm going to tell you guys the genre of the game, but I'd like to know how much of an edge do you think that gives you? Do you think, if I tell you the genre, do you think you could get it in? 15
5 questions.
5
Oh, I see.
questions?
No,
I see.
no, not 5 questions.
10 questions?
12.
12 questions. Like realistically, I'm just curious what you guys think.
Yeah.
I think
We're all
I
gonna
think he's
whisper our
in.
questions
I
this
think
week.
Ryan's in the right ballpark.
All right, then let's play a round of 12 questions when you know that the genre is real-time strategy.
Oh,
I
okay.
hate you so much right now.
That makes it easy.
That makes it easy.
Maybe. I mean, I've played some of them over the years.
Looks like this one's gonna be on my shoulders. That's okay. That's fine.
Actually, the last game I played was a
Does it
real-time
play
strategy
on a
game,
Halo?
Halo Wars 2. Well, other
Well,
than
that was it. That was a really short round. What? No, it's not. It's not. It is not Halo Wars 2. All right, so 12 questions. The genre is real-time strategy.
So the first real-time strategy game is kind of in that Dune era in the early 90s.
Early 90s,
So,
right?
like,
So
the-
let's ask: was this game made? I think it's a good. Our normal question is: did this game come out after January 1st, 2000?
yes.
It did.
Does
So
it
that-
have
so that
on-
eliminates that whole era of our.
Does it have online multiplayer?
No.
Wow. Okay. Already an RTS with
We got 3 more questions. We'll get it.
an RTS with no online multiplayer,
in the 2000s,
and you
no less.
and you jumped right on that too. Now
Yeah.
That eliminates like
Is this a
well-
Japanese-made game?
Yes.
It's Pikmin.
I think
was
you
this
could
game
be
a
right.
platform exclusive?
Yes.
Stop asking these dumb questions. We got to get this at 5.
Well, that's 4 questions. If
I
you want
thought
to
we
get in
said-
5, you have to guess it right now.
God.
Is that what you want?
Can we just ask
Sam?
one
I would have
more
just said if it's a Nintendo
Can we
game.
ask? Can we ask one? Yeah. Do you want to ask? Okay, does
Is this a Nintendo game?
Yes.
Okay.
it's Pikmin?
Dang it.
or Advance Wars?
So,
Yeah,
it could also be Advance Wars.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay, so then let's.
Wait. That's not real-time strategy.
Isn't it?
No, it's turn.
That's turn-based.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
It's
My
Pikmin.
fault.
It's Pikmin.
But I don't know which Pikmin.
Right. Is there a 2 in the title?
no.
Well,
Is
okay.
there a 3 in the title?
No.
Damn it, Vince.
There we go.
Is it
Problem
Pikmin?
solved.
Yes. You could have gotten it in 5 questions. I
know.
You asked if there was
First of all, I said it in 5 questions.
Well, you did say it, yeah, but that's not the same as winning.
I hate you all. No, you guys did a good job. That was
Pikmin.
great.
Yeah.
I think we nailed that.
Nailed
Yeah.
that.
As soon as you knew, that was a good question about the online multiplayer because it's like
Yeah.
what
I'm
other?
excited about all 20 questions after last week's just embarrassing show.
Last week's was Destiny. They were able to. Well, I'm
Well,
sorry,
we
they
got-
did
we
get
got
to
it on
Destiny on
the
the
20th
20th
question.
question. Yeah, that's correct.
It was actually
but it was a
really-
Hail Mary.
The way it came about was silly, so I think, yeah.
All right, now for time for the real round, and for the moment the audience has been waiting for. We're going to give away this PlayStation Vita.
Ooh.
It's a real Vita, so it's
Shiny.
Oh, it's
you can
not
see
just
here.
the carrying case. Okay,
Yes,
there is
and
a
it's
unit
the-
in there.
And it's the OLED.
It's got
OLED Vita.
Damon Hatfield's fingerprints on it,
Yep.
so you can steal his identity.
tasty.
I put it
We'll
down.
wipe this down.
I put it down my pants earlier today, so it's
even
good to go.
tastier.
Other prints.
And our winner is JP Young of New York, New York.
Hey,
Nice.
a fellow New
He
Yorker.
sent in.
Well, he probably
This
rides
week's
the subway, and he can play this
winning
thing
game.
on the
Yeah,
subway.
that's true.
then.
Totally.
Indeed.
Yeah.
All right, so
Nice.
Everybody in New York rides this. Why would you? The subway in New York's so great.
Yeah.
Takes you anywhere you want to go.
Yeah. And it's
good.
cheap.
Yeah.
Yep.
it's great.
Actually affordable. Unlike here.
All right, let the questioning.
Our subway's very
Begin.
expensive. If you ever come to San Francisco, save up for the subway. Is this? Let's just do those same questions.
Okay, yeah.
You'd be like, yes, no, yes, yes, yes.
Was this game
It's not Pikmin.
was this game made after January 1st, 2000?
Yes.
Does this game have multiplayer?
Wait, hold it. Multiplayer or online multiplayer?
I just care about multiplayer to start with.
No, I don't. I'm fairly confident this is a no.
Sounds like Banjo Kazooie, because Banjo Tooie had multiplayer.
Clearly, it must be.
Let's see. Is this game a shooter?
Yes.
With no multiplayer. Wow, we're on a roll today.
No. Well, now we're in my wheelhouse.
Five
now.
questions.
Non-multiplayer shooters.
Shooter with
So that eliminates all Halos, all Gears
Yep.
of Wars,
all Call of Duty,
Call of
all
Duties,
Battlefield,
Battlefields. Yeah.
all the
That's
big.
my new favorite question.
So you're
all the-
into you could be into the
The
Alan
first-
Wake's Quantum Breaks,
Sure.
the
or
the
Time
the
Splitters,
System
the
Shock
first one.
2s,
Right.
the Praise.
Is
Actually,
this-
Prey 1 had multiplayer.
I can narrow some of these down. Is this a console exclusive?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a console exclusive.
I mean,
Okay, so
yes, it is. It is. It is.
I
It
can
is. It
ask
is.
this.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It is.
Okay. Because it's probably on PC or something too.
do we want to clarify that or no?
I think we kind of did with that answer.
Sure.
Just think of console exclusive. You'll be fine with. Well, I mean, it's up.
Okay. Do we want to
I
figure
think
out?
we need era more.
Right.
Also, is it Japanese?
No.
I was thinking maybe Breakdown could be in there too, so that knocks that out.
Right. And I was gonna ask,
Deep cut, Ryan.
Hey, that's what I do here.
is it third person?
Yes.
Oh man.
Man.
A third. Okay. So you could be looking at
Third person shooter with no multiplayer.
what was the that Namco one? Enslaved?
That's Japanese.
Is it?
Well,
But was it? But not. No, I
If it's
don't think
Namco,
but the
just
developer.
put two
I,
and two together.
I think it was a Western developer. I don't know. I don't know why I'm going down this rabbit
Sam,
hole.
that's
here.
more of an
When you-
adventure game. It's not a shooter.
When you
Yeah,
asked the
that's
question,
true.
did you say was it developed by a Japanese company? Is that what it was? Japanese developers? Is that what you
Yeah,
asked?
yeah.
Okay, so it could still be Japanese published, but not.
No. Damon would qualify that. I think.
Would he? Then?
Is it
Or
okay?
Whatever. All right.
It,
it's not a Japanese
whoa.
developed game. Okay.
Yeah. We're all on the same page, right? Not a Japanese developed game.
We could ask about publisher,
Okay.
but I think we need to get the console down.
Yeah, is it on this the current generation of consoles, or was it originally? Let me clarify. Was it originally released on this current generation of consoles? Okay, so it was probably right on the 2013, right on the border, based on what he's saying right now.
Well, okay. I'm going to say I can tell you, no, it was not. It was not. It was
Okay.
not. It was not originally released in the current generation of consoles.
Okay,
All right. So
but it clearly
but
exists.
it clearly exists on the generation of consoles. Yeah.
I'm just gonna go for it. Is this an Xbox 360 game?
No.
Okay. Because I'm just trying to help you get through your knowledge base here. Now we're boned, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. So but it's a third person shooter though,
Yeah.
right?
Third
So it's-
person. I'm trying to think of. Oh, but no. Up until the last question, I think we might have been able to say maybe brute force. I was thinking of because that was third person shooter, console exclusive.
Is this a
Didn't have
retail game?
multiplayer. Yeah.
No.
Well, it had co-op. Does that if that?
So it's a downloadable game.
Okay. Well, all right. That's. Oh well, nope. I was.
And it's not an Xbox, so that's unfortunate.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Downloadable third person.
I mean, yeah, Nintendo would be weird for this, but I guess it's PlayStation. Is this a PlayStation game?
Yes.
Okay.
That's 10.
So it's got to be a PS3 game then.
So at the halfway mark,
Pretty
it's
much.
a PlayStation shooter that was not released at retail after the year
Lair? I wonder, could it be Lair?
2000.
That's kind of a third-person shooter.
Not originally released on this generation
could-
of
I mean,
consoles.
But it wasn't originally released. That's never been re-released.
True. But it was digital, wasn't it? It wasn't a.
yeah, you said digital. You said no retail.
Yeah, no retail. So that should really help. No, it's just weird that it's a shooter without, online multiplayer.
Yeah, that's tough.
And a
without
third-person
multiplayer,
one
I should
at that. I'm just trying to list down like any major third-person shooters that I can even think of.
So
on-
I mean,
on the
it could
PS3.
be like a Contra hardcore type game, like that kind of shooter.
Well, he said third-person. I don't know. I mean, technically, being side-scrolling is a third-person perspective.
this
but
a-
not in the over.
Yeah, I'm with Vince
Is
on
this
that.
is this a 2D game?
No.
All right, so
Good,
that-
good to clarify. Good to clarify. So yeah, probably a cover-based something. The one that's really tripping me up is that it's not retail. I'm trying to.
Oh,
think
what
of
was the
a
what was?
download-only game?
I'm thinking about Kill Switch Engage, but I think that
You're thinking of you mean just Kill Switch, not Kill Switch.
yeah, that's a band.
Kill Switch. But Kill Switch is a.
I think about Kill Switch
is a
Engage all the time.
PS2 game.
You're right.
Kill Switch is a PS2 game, and it had a physical. I was thinking of Kill Switch until
Psyops.
Psyops
No, that was
also
that was same
retail.
thing.
Psyops was retail.
Yeah.
What
Cool
are
game,
the,
Psyops.
What are the kind of the indie games?
And was
that-
not a-
Oh, what about like the Hotline Miami type games? Because that really tripped us up once. I mean, those
Right,
would be
but we
third
already-
person and top down. But
Right,
I mean, if it's
not
rendered
2D.
in 3D,
Yeah, he said
are there
not.
games that are rendered in 3D like that? What's the sequel to Bastion? What's that one called?
Oh, Transistor.
Is that?
But
would
that's
that
not a
count?
third-person shooter.
It's not.
It's not even a shooter. There's no
Okay.
shooting in that game.
I was thinking like isometric games; those could be considered shooters.
Right, but I mean, I don't think. Again, I would say that's not I mean, yes, in a technical definition of third person.
All right.
Damon's giving
Whoa,
away a
hold on.
Vita. I
Hold on.
wonder if this is also on Vita.
That would be considered, right? An isometric shooter would be considered a third-person shooter.
You're asking if I would consider an isometric shooter a third-person shooter, and I would say yes.
You would?
I mean, why would it's the first person?
No, it's not. But like, I would then call it if it's not. I would then call it an isometric shooter, not a third person.
But that wasn't the question. Is it third person?
right.
And
Yeah, but
in a
that-
binary yes or no.
Well, but
Is it third person or not?
that comes with certain expectations.
what
I'm with
about-
Vince.
I mean,
on
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
I don't know. I don't necessarily like.
Hey,
I
what
can only
about
answer the
like
question.
Binding of Isaac or like games like that, which are like top-down, third person?
Console exclusive.
What's the thing that you just reviewed where you like jump and you roll and stuff in it?
Oh, Enter the Gungeon, but that was well, actually,
I'm just saying stuff like that.
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
Valid. Although
Sure.
an American developed. Is this an indie game?
No.
Hmm.
not an indie game.
So that eliminates a lot of those.
I also
Um,
didn't say it's American developed, by the way.
No, I know. It's not Japanese. That's totally fine. Is this game part of a series?
No.
So it's a one-off.
Gee.
Man,
It's a one-off.
Running out of gas here.
Wait, but we asked if it had multiplayer and it said no, right?
He did say no.
So I was thinking, even though it's not technically really a shooter, but Fat Princess was downloadable.
yeah, that we've had that one.
PS3. Oh, really?
That never doesn't stop Damon.
Yeah. That's good to keep you on your toes.
Oh, so but he considers isometric as okay. Wait a minute. All right.
What do you want to ask?
All right.
I got nothing right now.
Okay. No. I think it's
we
starting.
could do like.
I think it's starting to come together. Okay.
I love it when a plan comes together.
Was this? I'm getting a little. Can I get a little specific here? Because I think I
Sure.
know something. Was this game developed by Housemarque?
Yes.
So now it's
you got it.
either it's one of two. Are there zombies?
What
Just
are
guess
what are the
them.
house?
No. Are there?
What are the Housemarque games? I don't know what that means.
Hold on. Are there zombies
Just,
in this
just
game?
clue us in before you go.
Are there zombies in this game?
No.
Okay. It's Super Stardust HD.
Which is called
Oh, Super Stardust Delta.
yes.
Okay, thank you.
Super Stardust Zelta, which was originally released for the Vita and then is now on PS4 also.
It was either Dead Nation.
Nice. Nicely
That game's
done, Vince.
3D.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
you're
it's
like
all-
going around a planet and the
Yeah.
planet rotates.
Yep.
You're shooting.
Yeah.
So Housemite, the guys that do Dead Nation,
Alienation, Resogun.
and those
The
games.
upcoming
Yeah.
Matterfall.
I never played that game.
Yeah.
It looks cool though.
No,
Stardust,
yeah.
Super Stardust is a classic.
Yeah, that's a really good game.
So the
And-
shooter thing kind of threw us off. From the
Yeah,
start,
I mean,
but we
It
got
sure
there.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We weren't thinking arcade shooter. We were
It
thinking.
is, yeah.
We were thinking. Here's a gun.
I
shooter.
started
Yeah.
thinking Gradius pretty early on.
Yeah,
Like,
you got
that's just
there
what I do.
when you started saying, is it a game like Contra Hardcore?
Right,
That sort of
and
thing.
you
that's
steering
what
us to isometric, you getting me out of the mindset that it had to be a third person over the shoulder.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
this helped.
Because how many of those are like?
Or console
know,
exclusive and have
no
no multiplayer, right?
Yeah,
Cool.
that's true.
Awesome.
No, like I'm never trying to like mislead anyone, but I just think when I have a binary yes or no, and the question is,
No,
is
no,
this
I-
third person? Like I
Yep.
think
Yeah,
it's
that's-
more
you answered the
more
question
yes
correctly.
than no.
Yep, you
More
answered
yes
the question
than
correctly.
Ooh, 2 down.
no. Yeah, there you go. 2 in a row. Oh, yeah, I got them both today. That's great.
Do you keep notes about what like info on the game?
I make sure I have like the year it was released, the publisher and the developer, whether there's single player, multiplayer, so I have that
that's
stuff
hard, yeah.
ready to go.
Okay.
The stuff you're gonna ask. So JP Young of New York, I'm gonna send this PlayStation Vita in the mail to you straight away. Thank you for sending
Enjoy
in
it.
your suggestions.
Congrats.
And now we got so many suggestions. We have 20 questions suggestions for years. We're never gonna run out of 20 questions.
Well, we might run out of Vitas though.
We have now run out of Vitas. All right.
Welcome to Vita Island.
Sandy, do you want to share what you're doing this weekend, or is that a? I just think what you're doing is pretty cool this weekend, so I didn't know if you wanted to share.
I'm going to Disneyland.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Awesome.
Yeah. Very
pretty good.
excited.
That's
Amazing.
Very jealous.
I need
So
Disneyland
great.
tips because I've never been to California Adventure.
Oh, okay. So
all right.
here's
I hear Radiator Springs is really cool.
it's really good.
I think the Cars
that's
movies are really obnoxious.
Radiator Springs is
Yeah.
probably where you want to get your fast pass.
Yeah.
At least your first one, because that had the longest rides when we were there last year.
Really? So that
The
is
longest
the
ride-
right now.
At California Adventure, it is.
Crazy?
Yeah, at California Adventure it is. And the California Screamin' roller coaster, it's real good. Generally, you can actually hop pretty much right on it because I think it scares some people.
Yeah.
It does have a loop, but it's
I like loops. Does it go up? Does it go up
Once.
high though?
fairly.
I
Yeah.
don't like heights.
It's I mean
I like loops.
I think you'll like it.
Low to the ground loops.
But
They're
it's,
underground loops.
I think
preferably.
I think that one it scares off some people. It's also has the tallest height requirement, so it eliminates a lot of kids. So there's
So
really
I'll wear platform heels.
well, you just don't need. You probably never need to do fast pass for the California Screamin' roller
And then there's
coaster.
some new Star Wars stuff there now, like Hyperspace Mountain. Is going
That's not in California though.
no, I'm going to both.
Yeah.
parks, but
Um,
excited.
and then the soaring over. There's like a hang glider soaring over the
Yeah, what
world
is-
ride.
have you heard of
It's
this?
good. It's good.
No, I haven't.
That's in California Adventure.
And it's not over California anymore.
It's over the world. Yeah, a bunch of landmarks.
What do you sit in something?
Yeah, it's like it's a motion like Star Tours where you sit in the thing and it makes you feel like you're in this hang glider.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
it's
really
neat.
silly. I like that.
Oh, and also
very Epcot
don't
center.
forget to hit the tiki bar at the
Sam doesn't like tiki bars.
Yeah.
no
Trader Sam's is what it's called.
Dole Whip.
Yeah.
No, the Dole Whip.
Oh, you're
in-
saying
in
at the tiki
the tiki room.
The Enchanted Tiki Room
Yes.
has the Dole Whip.
The
thing.
Dole
I've
Whip
definitely had
stand
that before. They're
outside.
$8 and quite delicious.
so good.
Dangerously
I
delicious.
love the Enchanted Tiki Room. And there's a tiki bar now outside of California Adventure called Trader Sam's.
Nice.
Well, I'm gonna stay home and play Horizon Zero Dawn. All weekend
Jealous.
long. That's my plan
And I'm gonna play way more of this game I can't talk about yet.
of the redacted game.
Redacted game.
Yeah. What are you gonna play, Ryan?
I'm gonna stare at the wall until Zelda shows up. No, I will keep myself occupied with whether it's Horizon or
Pokemon Go.
I'm waiting to review. I'm waiting for review copies of Super Bomberman R for Switch. I'm
you're
reviewing that.
Oh wow.
So I love Bomberman. I always have.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah.
And so yeah, I'm sure
Been
I'll
a
be-
while.
It's been a long time.
Remember that super realistic Bomberman?
Don't start with
Act
me.
Zero?
Act Zero. I reviewed that.
No way,
It was
really?
terrible.
You
I-
might have reviewed that for IGN.
No, it was before my time. Even.
but
Okay.
the last, I think this is the first sort of proper Bomberman game, I believe, since Bomberman Live,
Do you
which
think
was
it'll
for
have the
Xbox
Hudson
Live
logo?
Arcade.
Is Hudson involved? I know
Well,
Hudson doesn't exist
Konami,
anymore. but I'm
right?
just
Konami
wondering.
owns Hudson. So it is Konami.
Do you think it'll have the B? I hope so.
I don't know.
Hidden in there
But-
somewhere.
So I
I
don't
hope
know
that's
when
the same music.
I don't know when Bomberman's showing up, but I'm waiting for that. That's what I'm looking
That'll be
forward to
cool.
doing.
And you reminded me that since we can talk about those kinds of things, another thing I'll be doing besides Redacted, I will be playing one of our Switches, as much as possible because I'm doing the hardware review.
Oh,
for
wow.
Nintendo Switch. Yeah, so that'll be great. Yep.
That's really cool. It's exciting times.
This is great. I mean,
No kidding.
this console launch came up so quickly on me anyway.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's all of a sudden it's just here. We have a new Nintendo console.
That's because you haven't had a Wii U and suffering this whole suffering.
Yeah, because the Wii U from moment one, I was totally underwhelmed.
Been a long
but
haul for me, Ryan.
yeah, they've
I like the Wii U's library.
They've
a lot.
captured my attention with the Switch, and I have one pre-ordered, and I'm excited to get it and get into
same.
Zelda. And
Next week is going to be
goodness.
insane. We have this Video Game History Foundation live stream on Monday.
Right.
Next week is GDC week.
Yes.
Horizon Zero Dawn is out. The Switch is out. Zelda is out, and Logan
Logan.
is out on Friday. It's going to be a real fun week.
Zelda.
So until next week, that's all the scoops we have for you this week. Thank you, Vince. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Ryan. Remember, you can always reach us at the email address gamescoop@ign.com. My name is Damon. This is IGN Gamescoop. We're out.